part three of the Mondragon Saga. I began telling you in the last segment about how this system was founded. This system was founded, and I guess you could say it has humble beginnings. Began with two young men who were friends and uh, soldiers together in the army in Spain, as I recollect it. And I don't recall what war it was or exactly when this was. Perhaps mid 50s. I would leave that up to people to go into Wikipedia and get the details. I'm going to serve you up the story of it. So these two young men returned to their hometown to find work. And as they begin their discussion, they realize that what their fondest dream is would be to create their own business and work for themselves. So, not knowing how to begin this, they decided to consult their most trusted advisor, who was their high school teacher, a Catholic priest. So I assume that this was a Catholic boys' high school there in that town. They did meet with him, and this is the advice that he gave them. He told them that what they wanted to do was to found a factory which would produce a tangible good, not too complicated, something that a large number of people would find useful. They were in agreement with that. That sounded like a pretty straightforward idea, and they asked him, "So, how do you manage a business?" And he told them that he had a visit to England. Perhaps it was that he lived there for a time, but while he was there, or as he learned, in England it was common to find businesses that were cooperatively owned. Now I assume that there was cooperative agriculture because I think that's been pretty common even in the United States, where farmers would come together and share expenses to build storage facilities for their grain, what they call grain elevators. But I digress. We're talking about the Mondragon region. So this priest told them that in England he learned of these businesses that were cooperatively owned and managed, that the people that worked in the stores pooled their finances and purchased products that they would in turn offer to the public for sale. And almost without exception, these businesses were grocery stores, just like the one that we have in Tucson, the food conspiracy. But this priest didn't feel that the food store model was one that was what they wanted to do, was one that had growth potential. And so he recommended what I mentioned earlier with the type of product. And I think it was on these two young men that they decided to produce portable cook stoves. Perhaps these were, some models would have two burners, some just one burner, but these would be pressed and cut sheet metal that maybe was hinged together, it folded up, didn't have any moving parts or very few, and no motor. maybe it was painted, but it could be offered to the public for sale at a cheap price. It could stand modern production methods, what they call them, the assembly line, and keep costs low. And so that was the first cooperatively run business in the Mondragon economic system, the Mondragon economy. That was the humble beginnings of that system. That's all for now.